least, definitely not the least. And we're about to bring on our next speaker, who is Dr. Wendy Labat. She is the financial expert, So, I mean, she's going to take us on a journey on how, we're going to cure, our financial woes and problems, right? The topic will be financial cures prescription. I think I need that. I think I need this prescription in my life, and I'm sure a lot of people do as well. So let me just tell you all a little bit about Dr. Wendy. All right. So Dr. Wendy Labat, yes, she's popularly called the financial healer. Ooh, I like that. She's the CEO of the Financial Cures LLC and MWBE, the creator of the Financial Cures System, a results-based program for financial mastery. Dr. Labat is the best-selling author of the Financial Cures books series, Diagnose Your Financial Health and Optimize Your Financial Health. She's the producer and host of the award-winning global streaming production of Financial Cures with Dr. Wendy Labat, an award-winning entrepreneur, business strategist, and international speaker. Dr. Wendy empowers entrepreneurs, corporate executives, and individuals to ease the pain of inflation, overcome anorexic income, obese, debt, spending addictions, mindset, and knowledge deficiencies, and other financial ills to optimize their financial health, enjoy financial freedom, and live the life they deserve. Wow, that is powerful. There is a whole lot more. Let me just let me get to it. So Dr. Labat is also has been awarded the Blue Rose Brilliance Award by Zondra TV Network for her global streaming show Financial Cures with Dr. Wendy Labat. She received the Black Authors Matter TV Award for Best Interview in Business, Career, Education, Leadership, Nonfiction. She also won the Media Mastery Spotlight Award for vetted global media for being featured on over 100 stages, podcasts, books, and magazines. Wow. Dr. Labat has been featured on the cover of Tapping magazine as one of the top 25 influential leaders of 2022. Authority magazine, Voyage ATL magazine, Success Profile magazine, Black Enterprise, The Whole Woman magazine, the Atlanta Tribune, PBS American Portrait, Daring Leaders, and Lemonade Legend magazine, to name a few. She was named Top Entrepreneur Business Owner by Marquis Who's Who and Living Legend by Walden University Student Alumni. Wow. And I'm very sure that was a compressed bio. Guys, join me as I make welcome Dr. Wendy Labat.
Hello there, and thank you. This conference is awesome. I'm just in awe with all the previous speakers. So I appreciate being here. And I do want to share my screen because I am talking finance. So I'd like to have some visuals for people. And I'm not tech savvy, but let's see if I can get this going here. Let's see. Okay, let me go back. And I practiced this before I got on here. Okay, let's see. We're going to do a slideshow from the beginning. So can you guys see this?
Yes, we can see your screen, and we are ready for your message because I need some financial prescriptions over here. All right.
All right.
Thank
you. I'm Dr. Wendy Labat, the financial healer, and I'm going to share a little bit of my story. I started my entrepreneurial journey almost 4 decades ago, and you guys are talking about being 38 and all that. My daughter's older than you guys. But anyway, I started with no business experience and very limited financial resources. And it was a time when there was no internet or social media, and the only thing you could do with a cell phone was make an expensive phone call. So being a rookie entrepreneur, I suffered a lot of financial ills. I suffered from, bankruptcy, foreclosure, repo, and all the other ones. So I know from experience what I'm talking about. And in 2014, when the government, the US government mandated that everyone have health insurance, I expanded my business to include insurance and financial services. And I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I bought all the products I was, selling to my clients, not from a personal financial planning perspective, but from a marketing and business perspective. And because people were asking me, well, what do you have? Where's your, money? And I could honestly say where it was. So in 2017, I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of breast cancer. Nobody in my family had breast cancer. So I'm the first one. So I'm like, okay, Lord, if it's going to be aggressive, I'm going to be aggressive. So my aggressive treatment meant chemotherapy every 3 weeks for a year, 5 surgeries, all the CAT scans, PET scans, prescription drugs, and everything that it took to conquer the disease. So once I, got done with all that, my medical bills totaled almost $1.5 million. But because I practiced what I preached, my health insurance paid all that. And because I also, they said didn't want to be a hypocrite and bought all these products that I never thought I would have to use, I ended up getting multiple 6-figure financial tax-free shots in the arm that allowed me to focus on my recovery and not worry about money. So, once I, was cancer-free, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm in my comfort zone, I am good. And he said, no, I took you through this journey and brought you out better than you went in, because you're going on a crusade to empower others to not let an illness or injury ruin them financially. And you're going to empower people to take control over their finances and live that financial free life and live the life they desire. So that's where the financial cure system, how that was developed. Now, Robert Kiyosaki says it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard your money works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. And there's a lot of focus on physical health, mental health, and even social health since COVID. But there's very little emphasis on financial health. And people confuse and conflate financial health with financial literacy. But the difference is you could be financially literate, but still have poor, even fatal financial health. Financial literacy is knowing what to do, but financial health is the measure of whether or not you did it. So my focus is on financial health. Now, there's a six-stage process to optimize your financial health. You've got solvency, where your income equals your debt plus living expenses. You've got stability, where your income equals debt plus living expenses plus an emergency fund. You've got debt freedom, where you've got no debt, and this increases your ability to add streams of income or make investments. You got security, where you got streams of income, which are greater than your living expenses and emergency fund. You've got independence, where you've got multiple streams of income that are greater than your short-term goals. And you've got abundance, where your multiple streams of income are more than greater than anything you want. And that's optimal financial health. Now, where are you? What step are you in? You have to, know where you are. Now, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Do you say, I can't afford something? Say if you want to buy a house, oh, I can't afford that. Or do you ask yourself, how can I afford it? So you have to change the way you look at things. Now, there's 6 obstacles that prevent people from optimizing their financial health. The first thing is the mindset and knowledge deficiency, control over your finances, proper protection. My story is a perfect example of how you have to have proper protection. Tax codes and laws, you have to understand how they impact your income. Investment losses, market risk, and the global economic impact, and taking action. Now, I don't care what you do. You don't have to have a doctorate degree in finance, but you have to know some basic principles. Never underestimate the power of the basics. And it also requires discipline where you choose what you want more over what you want now. You have to plan where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. You have to spend less and keep more of what you make. And more money can't fix bad spending habits. And money saved is money earned. You have to always have multiple sources of income. You can either earn compound interest or pay it. So if you don't understand it, you're going to pay it. If you do understand it, you're going to earn it. And you have to use creative ways to dramatically increase your income. You have to make expense reduction and debt elimination a conscious choice. And you have to acquire proper protection to prevent financial ruin. And a business is not your personal piggy bank. You have to differentiate your needs versus your wants. A need is something you can't do without, like, food, clothing, a roof over your head. Wants are things that you can do without. You don't have to have gourmet food. You can need food, but you don't have to have gourmet food. You may want gourmet food, but, wants are things that you desire, but you can do without. You have to distinguish your expenses versus debt. Expenses are things that are going to come around even if you pay it off, like your mortgage, not your mortgage, I'm sorry, your monthly utility bill. You pay that off every month, but then the next month rolls around, you got another one. Debt is something that once you make that final payment, like your mortgage or a car note, that's it. When you make that final payment based on the terms of that contract, then that debt is eliminated. And you have to control your spending. People say, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, but they can afford it if they control the spending. And, I do give my clients a spending challenge where they find that they got hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars that they're wasting by not controlling their spending. Now, you want to reduce expenses and eliminate debt without spending more money. And here's some ways you can do that. You can take advantage of deferments or 0% offers. If you have a credit card and a company sends you a credit card where you get 0% interest for 18 months, you can transfer the balances from those cards where you are paying interest to the 0% card, and you have 18 months to kind of take that money and eliminate some debt or reduce some expenses. You want to avoid late fees and penalties. You want to use coupons, rewards, and discounts. You want to reevaluate and renegotiate service contracts. You want to cancel unused subscriptions and memberships because companies, they get you sign up for free trials and they figure you're going to forget about it and they're going to keep on billing you, every month, and then you keep paying it because you don't realize that you didn't cancel. You want to consolidate or refinance loans, and you want to pay off debt with small balances. So you can redirect that money to pay off the next level of debt. Now, in 2017, banks made $34 billion in overdraft fees. And this is from people that really can't afford to pay those overdraft fees. So, make sure you're not one of them. Now, there are 4 pillars of generational wealth. The first one is proper management of wealth. You have to understand how money works, how to create and manage wealth. The next thing is real estate. You need to own some. You can't leave or inherit a rented property. If you're renting an apartment, when you die, that you're just paying the owner's mortgage every month or a profit to them every month. So you want to own some real estate. You want to own a business or become an entrepreneur. You want to sell something, not just be a consumer. As an entrepreneur or business owner, you create jobs and you establish multiple streams of income. And you want to have proper insurance. 60% of all wealth is created and transferred through proper insurance of life, health, income, and assets. You've got to have a strategy. You got to have a strategy to get from where you are to where you want to be. And action changes things. You got to act. You have to do something. You can't just know this stuff. You have to implement it. So you have to have your checks and balances and strategy and, review it to make sure that what your plan and action is accomplishing the things you want. When you think right, speak right, and do right, things will flow right to optimize your financial health. And when I say things will flow right, I don't just mean your money. I mean, your relationships, your opportunities, your discernment. Noreen talked a lot about spirituality and being obedient. You have to be obedient. I don't care what you're doing. And it's all one thing. If you're obedient, whatever you touch is going to turn to gold because you're doing what God is telling you to do. And Warren Buffett says it so eloquently, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And nobody wants to work until they die unless they just want to do whatever it is they like doing. And I want to thank you. I know time was short, but if you scan the QR code, it gives you all of my contact information. You can check out my show, Financial Cures with Dr. Wendy Labat, by going to FinCures, FINCURES.com. You'll see the first 2 seasons. The first season is about personal financial health. The second season is the business edition, and we're about to film our 3rd season in June. So I want to, leave enough time for questions, and I'm going to stop sharing. And we're trying to get back on track. So I hope that this was informative.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Can you hear
Wendy
me?
Labat.
Oh, okay.
I see why they call you the financial healer. Thank you so much. This was very informative. There was something you said that really stuck to me. And you said your business is not your personal piggy bank.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times it's very difficult to separate your personal finance from your business finance. And that is the question I want to ask. We have a question from the audience, and they say the question is, how do you get to separate your personal finance from your business finance? Because a lot of entrepreneurs always make the mistake of, dipping their hands into, their company, whatever funds it is their company has, not knowing that it is not their personal funds. So how do they go about separating their personal finance from their business finance?
First, you want to have the right legal structure. You want to have that to eliminate that personal liability. But it's having a separate account. You have to have your business account, your personal account, your business credit card, your personal credit card, and you pay yourself a salary. You live within your means. You take your salary from the company, put it in your personal account, and that's where you pay your personal bills. Now, if you've got business expenses, you pay them from the business. Now, I don't know about in Nigeria, but in the U.S., the IRS does not go for commingling funds. I'm a tax preparer, so I already know you cannot mix the two, and you don't want to, because you want a realistic picture of how well your business is doing and how well you're doing personally. But if you commingle, you won't have that realistic picture.
Yeah, so you're so right. Commingling of funds. I think I've heard that a couple of times, right? So yes, I think it's good that you're hammering on it so that people understand that there needs to be a separation. There needs to be an outright separation. There is no way you can actually grow a company or even get investors to come invest in your company if you keep dipping your hand into the business funds just because it's your company. We have another question from the audience, and I'm going to take that very quickly. What connection is there between financial health and social well-being?
Well, your finances will affect everything, your health, your social well-being, because if you don't have your finances straight, for one, we say your health is your wealth, which is true. Being a cancer conqueror, hey, I don't care how much money I would have had, I need to, cure that cancer. But you don't have to necessarily have money to have a good social life. That money things shouldn't be based on how much money you have. It's all about, your spirituality, about your, confidence in yourself, because everybody that has money didn't always have it. There's some silver spoon folks, but there are a lot of folks, I don't know, I'm sure you're familiar with Tyler Perry. He slept in his car. He was homeless, but look at him now. You don't have to come from money to make money and have wealth. You have to have that mindset. You have to think right, you have to do right and speak right in order for you to, you can be in whatever social setting you want to be if your mind is right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for clarifying. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time. It's been, I mean, it's from going from spirituality to finance to wellness to the spoken words. It's been an amazing day. Thank you so much, Doc, for all your insights. Thank you for your wealth of experience and for everything you've said. And I'm sure that we are definitely going to take that back. And I mean, this is the I Am Change conference, right? If
Mhm.
we really want to be the change, we need to be able to change all round in all ramifications, and especially financially, because in the end, no matter what it is you do, it is about how much wealth you are able to, amass, or even whatever it is you're able to pass on to the next generation that is going to determine, how well you lived and how well you were able to impact and lived your purpose and fulfilled your mission and all of that. So yes, thank you so much, Doc, for all this. I'm sure is coming from years and years, not just of personal experience, but of
Yes.
course from everything. So these are really words on marble, really words on marble. Thank you so much for your time, madam. We really appreciate you taking the
Thank
time to
you.
be here today. And to
Well,
all
thank
our
you.
wonderful speakers from Latrice Grisham, spoken words, Dr. Florence Fassa, who spoke about executive presence, the image of an intentional woman, to Tinel Dickens, who talked about wellness and mindset, launching your life's mission, to Noreen Makosewe, who spoke on spiritual wellness, the kingdom agenda, and to our beautiful doctor, Dr. Wendy Labat, the financial healer. Thank you all so much for your time. We appreciate you. We thank you. We love you all. And it's so wonderful to be connecting with women from across the world in different sectors, in different areas at the I Am Change Global Empowerment Conference 2023. I've had an amazing time. Isha, let me bring on Madam Nancy here. I'm bringing you on, girl. Yes, I brought you on.
So
Thank
much.
you
Thank you,
so much.
Wendy.
It's
We
been an
appreciate
amazing
you.
time.
Thank you.
It's been awesome. It really has been awesome. Thank you all so much.